Welcome back to Medical Brutality, and thank you for giving me 10 minutes of your time. Uh, I hear a lot about keeping it 100. Nobody keeps it 100. If I kept it 100, I'd be in jail. Okay? Could you imagine if a cop pulled me over for no reason? And I'd be like, you know what? You a fucking prick, all right? Then I'd be calling my girl saying, could you come bail me out? She'd be like, bail you out? What you in jail for? I just kept it 100. She'd be like, okay, I'm keeping it 100 too. Click. And what if your girlfriend says, do I look fat in these jeans? You'd be like, well, I'm keeping it 100, okay? You look like a pachyderm eating brunch at Olive Garden. Probably be getting a divorce soon, you know? Or if you go to work, I'd be like, and tell your boss, hey, look, I can't stand this job. I never did like you. And furthermore, I'll be quitting in 2 weeks. You probably will be quitting today. If you kept it 100, okay? I know somebody who kept it 100. He was like, I fought him last year. I won. Joe Frazier. He's a homosexual. He's a lesbian. He smoked too much weed. He's the biggest trash talker, but he could back it up, though. He kept it 100, though. Oh, boy. I just died in your arms tonight. Must have been something you said. I hope that is supposed to be a love anthem. That sounds like a damn horror story to me. I just died in your arms tonight. That's the last thing I want you to do. How about People Bryson's Feel the Fire? Could you imagine him going to his publisher saying, I got this song. It's going to be the bomb. He was like, okay, what's the name of it? Feel the Fire. He was like, Feel the Water? No, Feel the Fire. He was like, are you okay? He said, yeah, this is gonna be the bomb, man. It's like, I got a cousin who's a shrink. I can get you like a special half price deal. I don't know if this Feel the Fire shit gonna go over too well, you know what I'm saying? I want to feel the fire, yeah. Oh boy, feel the fire. I went to the Apollo and I got booed. That was 2017. And I just came back home. I didn't even go see my family. The only person I went to go see was David, my cousin. He passed away this year. But I'm going to go ahead and work on my stand-up comedy and I'm going to make a comeback. Okay? All right, Dr. Ass Unsung. Most people don't even know my name. My real name is Istowai Hazelton. Okay, my father's last name is Hazelton. My mother married my father, so she became Hazelton, but her last name was not Angevine. So Angevine was a name that my father made up because he was robbing banks in 1962 when I was born. And so if he would have put Istowai Hazelton on my birth certificate, they'd have been like, hold up, we're looking for a Claudius Hazelton right now. And chances are that's his daddy. You know what I'm saying? All we gotta do is find his daddy and we'll find our man. But they never found him to this day because he was just too smart, you know? So my mother's name on my birth certificate is fake. Ann Brown. That was not her name. My father's name on my birth certificate was fake. Joseph Angevine. My name on the birth certificate is fake. So everything on my birth certificate is fake. Okay. My father's mother raised me. And so when I was 6 years old, I burned up the house. That's the thanks she got for raising me, I guess. I was just a devil, boy. I ain't gonna lie, man. My sister hated my guts after that. I call her my sister. She's really my aunt, but Rosie hated my guts after that. And she still hates my guts, but I love her and I always will love her. You know, she'll always be my sister in my eyesight, okay? So fast forward, I graduated high school with straight A's and B's, went to college and dropped out of my first semester. I went to the Army and then got kicked out the boot camp for smoking weed. My drill sergeant said, I heard you were smoking weed in my barracks. I said, no, I wasn't smoking no weed in your barracks. I was under the barracks. Okay. I was keeping it 100. Okay. So that was about 25 by then. So that's when my life took a nosedive. Up until then, basically, I just was listening to Farrakhan, and he kept me out of trouble. I was staying in the library reading books like Message to the Black Man and magic books and all of that. So that kept me out of trouble. He really saved my life. But then I started doing drugs, snorting heroin, angel dust, smoking angel dust, smoking crack, and I took a nosedive, a serious nosedive. And I got shot in the back in New York trying to rob a drug dealer. And that's when my father, let me back in the house because he had kicked me out. And so when they let me back in the house, that's when my life took a turn for the better, because that's when Murad Abdul Salam introduced me to a roofing school, and he saved my life there. I'd like to thank that brother. I never thanked him. I'd like to thank you right now for that. I took the money I made there and I came to Louisiana. I met a girl named Barbara Barnes, and she brought me to Louisiana, her hometown. And we got married and divorced 8 months later. Okay, so now it's year 2019. 2090. 1990. What the hell am I talking about? 2000, hold up. It's 1990. That was 30 years ago. It's 1990. Okay, thank you. 1990 now. So now I'm in Louisiana, and I started blowing up real big as a magician. And that was good. Hurricane Katrina came, and I didn't get a scratch. A lot of people lost their lives. I didn't get a scratch. I just packed up and moved to Lake Charles. I had met a girl named Deidre Simpson who also saved my life because she brought me to Lake Charles, about 4 hours away from New Orleans. It's way better than New Orleans. It's right before you get to Texas. So I'm right on the borderline of Texas and Louisiana. And that's when my life really, really improved, because I met a guy named Joseph Absy DeMary, who basically gave me my first home for free, basically. White guy, yeah. Whoever thought the white man would give me my first home. Yep, that's true. Absolutely. So, I want to thank Absy for that. Wow. That changed my life, because I never had to pay mortgage. I never had to pay rent again. It's just, we talking 7 years ago that happened. So, after that, I started having a little extra money because I didn't have to pay rent. So I started buying a lot of minerals. And my health started increasing dramatically. I had heard about minerals 22 years ago when I was doing a magic show in Florida. And a guy had a book, Rare Earth's Forbidden Cures. And I started reading the book. His name was Jeff Mason. So he saved my life too, because I was having seizures at that time, 22 years ago. And inside that book, it said the cure for epilepsy is calcium, magnesium, and zinc. And so I went to the Walmart and I spent $5 on some calcium, magnesium, and zinc, and never had another seizure. After that, I was so impressed, man. I cured my arthritis. I cured my asthma. And any disease I get, I'm just going to cure it. I'm not going to go to a doctor unless I get a disease that I can't cure. And so far, in 22 years, that hasn't happened. So, fuck them. All right, so Dr. Michael Palmer was found in the bathroom at the hospital with a needle in his foot, giving himself a shot of fentanyl, and he died right there on the floor. He was about to do surgery under the influence of that drug. So, first of all, he was malignant dumb because after 12 years of school, he didn't know how to read a syringe and gave himself an overdose, okay? But they gave him this sweet write-up in the newspaper, okay? To make it look like he was a hero, you know what I'm saying? Dr. Palmer dedicated his life to saving children. He was a pediatrician. He was only out of intern for 3 years, so I don't know how he dedicated his whole life to saving children unless he was a babysitter or a pedophile. That had to be a lie, okay? He was also a thief because he stole the drugs from the pharmacist that he worked at, okay? And so I had went to see my doctor last year, and my doctor told me that I am minerally deficient. She said I have a nutritional deficiency problem. Me, I take all 60 minerals the body needs, all 16 vitamins every day that the body needs. I take all 12 amino acids the body needs and all 2 fatty acids the body needs every day in the form of tangerine and essential fatty acids. So to say I'm nutritionally deficient is like telling Snoop Dogg, it's like telling Snoop Dogg he don't smoke enough weed, okay? I couldn't possibly be nutritionally deficient, okay? I haven't missed one day's work on my job in 13 years because I'm healthy, not because I'm sick or nutritionally deficient. And so I'm going to cut the video right there short. If you have a problem, I would text it to me. And I would text you back the mineral that cures that problem. And once you get your problem cured, I would appreciate it if you gave a testimony so that the people who are watching the videos will see that you cured your disease. It's time. It's been 2 years, 2.5 years. And not one person has came on the show and testified that they cured the disease. I like to change that. I like to see people texting. Maybe you come on the show and join me and tell people what you did to cure your disease. It's time for you to know that I'm not the only one that's curing my disease. They got a whole lot of people out there that cured their disease, but for some reason, they haven't went on Facebook and talked about it on my Facebook wall. Or actually, Muta, she went on YouTube and she gave a testimony recently. So I want to thank her for her testimony. Okay? Okay. Thank you. Namaste.